get to it.
Wait!
Yeah, I should probably help up our guide.
What is this place? It looks just like the shopping district.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Some weird places have appeared here recently. Things are getting so tangled. I don't know what to do.
By the way, why are you standing so far from us? You better not be planning to hightail it if something does come up.
Of course not. I mean, I can't stand too close, you know? I'd get in your way.
Man, they really went all out on this. But out of all the places in town, why'd they replicate this one?
How should I know? This is reality for the one who's here.
As usual, nothing you say makes any sense.
Yeah.
But if this is our shopping district, we're not far from Saki-senpai's.
Uh-oh.
I knew it! This is the liquor store that Senpai's parents run. Does this mean Senpai disappeared here?
I mean...
What could have happened?
Wait a second, they're here!
Wait. They?
What?
Shadows! I had a feeling they were going to attack.
What do we do?
Huh? So...
Stay calm and listen. Some shadows have weaknesses. I can tell this one has a weakness too. If you can pinpoint that weakness and take advantage of it, the battle will be a lot easier. Try stuff out and see what works.
Alright. I had to cut the camera. I love that scene so much. It's not as good as Persona 3, but it is fantastic regardless. So essentially what's going on here, what's being explained, yeah. So, we have this thing called analysis, and essentially,
Hang in there!
there are 7 types, well, 5 types of, 6 types of damage that can be dealt, and two other types of things that I'll get into a little bit more later. There's physical, which is just any normal attack, kind of like what we were doing earlier on in the game. So the little this entity that was in the fog. That's called physical damage. And then there are 4 elements. Your basic fire, ice, electricity, or yeah, fire, ice, lightning, I guess, and wind. And the game's kind of, it's not a rock paper scissors at all, but everything has a weakness. For the most part, every shadow has a weakness. So primarily what you're gonna want to do is this is our normal attack that we did earlier. You know, it's a turn-based combat system, and we want to go to skill, and you'll see that we have a physical attack on our persona as well. Your basic attacks don't deal very much damage. However, they don't cost anything to use. You just get to attack. You just deal an X amount of damage and you're golden. Persona attacks are a lot more powerful, but they consume HP, as you see here. Physical attacks from a persona cost HP, and elemental attacks from a persona cost SP. There are 2 bars in the top right. The top number is your health, and the bottom number is your spirit. It's called spirit points. And you also have buffs. Buffs are simple things. This one increases your defense by X amount for 3 turns. So it's the turn you use it, and then 2 turns after that. I think I might, yeah. Anyway, that's how that works. That's how the combat works. You'll notice that Teddy said that there's a weakness that everything has, and it just so happens and these shadows
I'll keep track of what attacks have what effects on enemies.
are weak to lightning, which we happen to have. Teddy keeps track of all that for us, and whatever. So now, every time we fight this particular shadow, it'll always tell us, hey, this shadow's weak to electricity, you've already tried it before. So you don't have to worry about it. You gotta remember it or anything like that. But he'll only do that if you've already tried the attack. So as you see, we haven't hit him with a physical attack yet. We don't know if they're weak to that. Which one gets me a chair? I keep telling you I'm gonna get a chair, Kevin, and I never get a chair. I keep forgetting to look. But I should be getting a promotion at my job, my bad day job. So I should be able to make that work. I should be able to make that work sooner. And hello, Naruto. Yeah, I wanted to get to this point tonight. I probably won't be going too much longer, but there's still a decent ways to go before I can save again, so. But yeah, so that's the basic stuff for this. And as you'll see, we went from 41 to 37. So here we're gonna do a thing. The other thing that Ted pointed out, and this is the last thing I'll go over before I just kind of blitz through this. When you down an enemy, they're just downed. There's a mechanic later on where if you down all the enemies, you get a special thing, but we'll get into that later. But if you down an enemy and then you hit them with the same attack that they're weak to, they'll be stunned for a turn. But only if you hit them twice in a row, which this will just kill him. So instead, we're just gonna knock down this other guy. And what happens when you do that, when you abuse their weakness, you get another turn for the same character. So I got to take 2 turns before they did anything, and now I can just finish off this one. And all of this is before they even got a chance to attack. So I think that's a really cool system that hasn't really been explored too much in games before. So I think it's really cool. And you'll know if you hit the enemy's weakness. The little like silhouette thing that pops up with like your character's eyes, and like sometimes they'll say the persona's name. That means you hit a weakness, or you got a critical hit. One of the two. Crits and weaknesses both do the same thing. And yeah, this game's fantastic, Kevin. I love it so much. hope you've been doing well, man. I hope did you see my tweet? My tweet back at you. I can't believe you like want me to come on the show. It's crazy, man. And you're fine, Butter. And like typical RPG nonsense, you get some XP, you get some money, you get some items.
You did it, Sensei!
The audio cue for the level up thing is delayed and it really bugs me, but whatever. When you level up, you get stats. You know how it is. We'll get into the creating personas thing a little bit later, but semantics. Discord. Oh, you guys use Discord. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh, I don't have to download any archaic program. I'm so happy. I get to just use Discord. Yes. Yeah, I really need to fix the on-screen chat for this. Yeah, I have a Discord channel for the... Actually, I have a server for the stream as a whole. we do a bunch of goofy things every now and then. I mainly use it to announce the stream for everyone so people don't miss it, but... Yeah. That was an interesting experience. Obtain the facade, used to overcome life's hardships. The persona Izanagi. Yeah, that is definitely a yes.
Whoa, what was that?
I have no idea, Yosuke.
Did I hear you say persona? What was it?
I don't know. This card appeared in my hand.
I mean, what did you do?
I don't know. It just happened. All this. You're as baffled as I
You
am.
think I can do it too?
Yeah.
Calm down, Yosuke. You're troubling Sensei.
Wait, Sensei?
Sensei?
Gosh almighty, you're amazing, Sensei. I am one impressed bear.
Thank you,
I
Teddy.
can't believe you were hiding such an amazing power. No wonder the shadows were scared of you. Are you the one who's able to bring people into this world?
Yeah, actually, I am.
That's what I thought. This is really something. Don't you think so, Yosuke?
Name on Discord's intro. Yeah. Let me get the code real quick. I think you have to have my fancy pants code, don't you? I'm 1971. Should just be Zinthro that, I think, is how it works.
Dude, you call him Sensei and then don't show me any respect?
Now, Yosuke, you don't gotta be jealous.
Sorry.
Well, your support wasn't bad, though. I gotta give you some credit for that.
Yeah.
Huh? Really?
Alright. You two keep it up and I think we'll be fine from here on out. Now let's get back to the investigation.
Sounds good, Yosuke.
Man, I wonder what could have happened to Senpai here.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere. Except YouTube. My YouTube URL is not Zinthro. I don't want to talk about it.
I wish Janess would go under.
It's all because of that store.
What the?
I heard that Konishi-san's daughter is working there.
My, Why? How could she with her family's business suffering like it is?
People, man.
I heard their sales have gone downhill because of Juness.
Stop it.
That poor father, to have his own daughter working for the enemy.
God damn it, Shiny.
What a troublesome child.
What?
Hey, Ted.
That's not fair at all.
You said that this place is reality for those that are here, right? So, does that mean this was Senpai's reality when she wandered in here?
I only know about what's over here.
Fine. Whatever's going on here, we'll find out ourselves.
Can you imagine? She was just thrown into the TV, and this is all she heard day in and day out. It has to be just awful.
Damn it, not again.
Saki, how many times do I have to tell you?
Is this Senpai's dad?
You know what the neighbors say about you, right? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? You're the eldest daughter of a family who's owned this store for generations. Is it the money? Or did you meet some guy there? Just tell me why you have to work there of all places.
I can't believe this. She seemed like she had fun at work. She never said anything like this to me. You're telling me this was how Senpai really saw things? These photos. Hey, is this... It's the photo we took the other day with the other part-timers at Juness. Why is it cut up like this?
I never had the chance to say it.
Is that Senpai's voice?
I always wanted to tell Hana-chan.
Huh? Me?
That he was a real pain in the ass. I was nice to him just because he was the store manager's son. That's all. But he takes it completely the wrong way and gets all enthusiastic. What a dip.
Pain in the ass?
Yes, guy.
Who cares about Juness anyway? Because of that store, our business is ruined. My parents hate me. The neighbors talk behind my back. I wish everything would just disappear.
It's a lie. This can't be.
Yosuke, it's alright, man.
Senpai's not like that.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I feel so sorry for myself. Boo-hoo. Actually, I'm the one who thinks everything's a pain in the ass.
The hell?
Huh? Two Yosuke's?
Who are you? I wouldn't think that. Yeah, right. How long are you going to keep deluding yourself? Screw the shopping district, and Juness too. You're sick of everything, especially living out in the sticks. What are you saying? That's not true, You put on a good show of being carefree and happy-go-lucky because you're so terrified of being alone. The more the merrier, right? You've got to be surrounded by people to block out the pain of isolation. And what's this about checking out this world for Saki-senpai's sake? Ha! I know the real reason you came snooping. Stop it! Why so panicked? I thought I was just spouting bullshit. Or maybe I do know everything you're thinking. Why's that? Because I am you. You just came because you thought it sounded like a good time. What else is there to do out in this shithole? The world inside the TV. Now that's exciting. You didn't have a single other reason for coming here, did you? It's not true. Stop! Stop it! You're just trying to act like a big shot. If all went well, hey, maybe you could even be a hero! And that senpai you were so sweet on, her death was the perfect excuse. That's not true! What are you? Who are you? I already told you. I'm you. Your shadow. There's nothing I don't know about you. Screw that! I don't know you! You can't be me, you son of a bitch! That's right! Say it again! You're not me! You're nothing like me! Yeah, that's right. I am me now. I'm not you anymore, see? I am a shadow, the true self. I'll crush everything that bores me. Starting with you. What an eyesore! How long can you survive this?
This one's much stronger than the last type. Be careful! Whenever you feel threatened, just defend yourself.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. So it seems that Yosuke rather had a shadow of himself, and it seemed to be really getting under his skin. But anyway, he said something about defending ourselves. So, guard, you take a defensive stance, and essentially what guard is you take decreased damage. With any attacks that come your way, you take a smaller portion. But the most important part is while you're defending, your weakness can't be exploited. So you see in there he did a wind attack, and if we go into our persona check Izanagi, he is strong against electricity, which means we take decreased damage from electricity attacks, and he's weak to wind. So wind is our weakness, and our weaknesses, just like the enemies, can be exploited against us. So if we get hit with a wind attack, the enemy gets a second attack afterward. And he's also null to something else, but like I said, I will explain that when those two things come up. So we want to make sure we never get hit by that wind attack again. He used an ability called Power Charge, which means his next physical attack is going to deal double damage. So we want to block and just negate all that right away. And now here, and if I selected him, you would have seen that. If there's I think it's 2 up arrows, you'll know if they have Power Charge on them. So yeah, let's just get right into this and try out Zio and see if he's weak to it. Perfect, he is. So now we get one more again. The only exception to the rule of exploiting a weakness twice is bosses. bosses will never get stunned.
Pain in the ass.
A boss can never learn its turn.
It's guarding its weak point.
So now, if we were to attack with Zio, he would not get weakened. So what you want to do against this first boss fight, just because I've played the game before, so I know what's going on here with the strategy here, is you want to guard with him. Since we can't knock him down, he would just tank the guard, and then he would exploit our weakness. So we want to respond with a block, and just get right back to zapping him away. The strategy on the surface seems very, very easy, but I promise it's only because it's his first fight. Excuse me. So Power Charge will only affect physical attacks, like I said, but we're still not very strong, so this will deal a lot of damage, so I want to guard against this again.
That's it? Boring.
What's up, Kit? Just to make sure we don't take too much damage. Now I could show off how much that would do normally, but it's about 28. So you can see the difference, 8 damage versus 28 is insane.
Persona. Persona. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'll just let it happen.
Izanagi.
After we get off the second Zio.
Persona.
We're at 55 health. 23. So instead of taking 8 damage, we took 23 because we didn't guard. Now we could have used Rakukaja and increased our defense, but there's really no point in this first battle. Generally speaking, you do want to use stat buffs when you can. Stat buffs, or defects on your opponents are very helpful. So I'm going to guard here because I know he's going to get up and use that power charge. Oh, he's going to respond again.
Here comes an attack. Defend yourself.
Get out of my sight.
So generally in boss fights, Teddy will give you a little heads up when something bad's about to happen, so you can figure it out. But generally speaking, the tells are pretty obvious. But there you go. That's our first boss fight down against Yosuke's Shadow.
Congratulations, Sensei.
So personas level up alongside you. They get different experience values. I don't know what the difference exactly is, but they don't gain the same amount of experience that you do. But they do gain level ups, and they gain